Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to stain leather. And for the purpose of this video, I am going to be using my belt studded from Hot Topic as my example. Now this is not real leather as far as I can tell, but it is very, very close. And if you get the same grain on this, it will have the same effect when you try to apply the stain to real leather. That's why I'm using this as my example. I do not have any other real cowhide handy, or sheepskin, or pigskin handy for the purpose of this demonstration. So now we're going to move over to the other side of this belt. Now I don't know why they decided to do this, but they decided to apply a paint, a really shitty paint, to the top surface of this belt, and what we're going to do right now is scrape it off. And if you do have paint on something that is leather, I would recommend just any pocket knife, relatively sort of dull, and this one is relatively sort of dull. So what we will do now is scrape this off gently, and I will speed this part of the video up. I'm going to now take some fine grit sandpaper and sand this down. And the purpose for doing this is because, as you can see, I do have a lot of square indentations from where I had studs in. I did have to shorten this belt. You do want the surface to be pretty roughed up. So now that's about as smooth and as rough as what we're gonna get. So now I would recommend highly using gloves for this project, because you do need to cover your hands with something. This stuff is really hard to get off of your bare skin. So now you will also need a rag of some sort. I'm using a blue ShamWow type rag. You can use a regular ShamWow or a regular dishcloth. You will also need leather stain. I'm using, this is Vintage Gel Black Noir. So just dab a little bit on your rag. Depending on the surface area, you will need to put more or less. And you just want to rub it in. Get a nice good coat on there. The rougher the surface, the better. Get all the edges, get as much of a surface area as you can, because I would also recommend that you have a surface that has some sort of covering over it. We're going to put a little bit more on our rag here. And for the moment, we are done. You want it to be relatively even at this stage, so let's go ahead and do that. So now that looks a lot better than that crappy paint they had on there, and it won't chip away. Now when this is done setting, and that would take anywhere from 8 to 24 hours, depending on how rough you got the surface. It could take 48 hours. Once this is done, I can look at where the paint still is and scrape that off and redo it. You may have to apply more than one coat, more than two, or hell, even 3 or 4 if you didn't get the surface as rough as what this is. And in that case, wait for it to set for 2 hours and then reapply the coat. But as you can see, I also did that with this end of the belt. I only wanted to get the areas on this belt where I knew it would chip and look cracked. So there you go. That is how you stain leather. You can use different shades. You can get brown, you can get red, you can get any color you want. And thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.